Welcome to another episode of A Connected Classroom. This episode is The Journey, a journey to create connected references. Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? Hi. Today's episode is a journey of one teacher in her classroom to create connected references in order to use those to help students become disciplined within. I hope you enjoy. The first thing you want to start with is to be sure that you've built relationships with students. Remember, people don't care what you know till they know that you care. So there are several ways to do that. Informal ways of connecting happen each and every day. It's noticing a child has a new hair bow, or maybe somebody lost their tooth, or perhaps they have on a new jacket, or you watched them at the ball game over the weekend and saw that they hit a home run. These are informal ways to connect and are extremely important, especially at the beginning of the year. I always try to find at least one kid to informally connect with each and every day. In fact, I have a great story about a student named Robert. And one day I was looking out my window and there was Robert doing tricks on a bike I couldn't imagine. The next day, that was my chance. Robert beamed from ear to ear when I talked to him about seeing how cool it was that he could ride on his handlebars and flip over and do all kinds of tricks. One of my favorite structured activities is animal toss, where you form a circle and I toss the animal very gently underhand to a person and say, "Good morning, Natalia." And she says, "Thank you, Shelley." Then Natalia tosses it to someone else and they say thank you, until everyone has had a turn. Now the trick? Keep track of where it came from and where it went to. Because on about round 3, we get a little complicated and we start to toss more than one animal into the mix. Never live animals, only stuffed animals. And the sillier the better. I have a rubber chicken, I have a crocodile, I have ones that are not easy to catch, and that's on purpose. I never recommend using a ball for this activity because kids are fearful of dropping the ball.
And I teach 4 and 5-year-olds. I teach them in a private school setting here in Miami, Florida. So in the beginning of the year, we start with My Job, Your Job, because what My Job, Your Job does, it starts to integrate the roles into the classroom. We start talking about what do we need to be doing in the classroom, what do I need to do as a teacher, what do the kids need to be doing as. Get your bodies ready, ready, ready. Get your bodies ready. Look at me.
Okay, we've been talking about our jobs in this classroom. Your job, right? My job. Raise a quiet hand if you can tell me some of the jobs that you guys have in here. Bianca? Being kind. What's another one of your jobs in here? Isabella? Let me write on the board.
Helping someone clean up.
Okay, and what can we say that is? We want to be kind. We want to be helpful.
I have one.
If you have one, then what should you do?
Raise your hand.
Absolutely. We want to be kind. We want to be helpful. Ben?
Friendly.
Be friendly. Absolutely. Isabella?
Invite someone to play with you.
Love that one. And is that being friendly? And is that being kind? And is that being helpful? Okay, does someone have a new one?
So eventually, as you start going through My Job, Your Job, we have a lot of lists of things that we should be doing and a lot of lists of what we shouldn't be doing, what it looks like and what it doesn't look like. So what I do is I take from what it looks like and I say, okay, well now we can come back, we can put some of these together, and we come up with a list of our jobs.
Cristina points out a common problem. We've told students so many times, no, 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 that that's usually what they come up with first. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. So let's watch as she flips that around.
We always start
what
with the no hitting, no pushing, no running. And as the teacher, I change that into, okay, what does that look like? We should be sitting then, or we should be walking instead of running. We should be keeping our hands to ourselves instead of hitting. So eventually, as you start going through My Job, Your Job, we have a lot of lists of things that we should be doing and a lot of lists of what we shouldn't be doing, what it looks like and what it doesn't look like. So what I do is I take from what it looks like and I say, okay, well now we can come back, we can put some of these together, and we come up with a list of our jobs. And
does someone have a new one? Victoria?
No pushing.
Oh, that's definitely what we don't want to be doing here, right? We're not pushing. And is that being kind when we don't push?
No.
When we don't push, that means that when we keep our hands to ourselves, are we being kind?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. Be Santa.
No saying bad words.
Absolutely. That's something that we do not want to see in here, right?
take each word and then we break it apart. And we say, what does it look like? What does it not look like? And we write those words on the board, and then later on the next day, or in the morning the next day, I use pictures since my students can't read, and we look at the pictures and they come up and they put it on the board as a T-chart. So it doesn't look like this, but it does look like this. And then we just go through the whole agreement like that, and then we come up with the agreement.
I want to start with being friends. Okay, because I think that that's one of our biggest things in here. We want to make friends. We want to be friendly to each other. So I want us to think about what being friendly looks like. I'm going to write up here, friendly. Okay, so now we have our chart, right? And we're going to talk about what friendly looks like. These are eyes. What does it look like? And what it doesn't look like. Think. If you're being friendly in the classroom, on the playground, in lunch, science, PE, let's talk about what it looks like first. What do you think friendly looks like? What do you do? Isabela. Isabela.
If someone has no one to play with, you can invite them to play with you.
Absolutely. We invite new friends to play.
Yes. No one will always.
So I'm gonna write here, invite new friends. What is it? Well, how else does friendly look like? Are you listening? B.
When someone gets hurt, help them up.
So Bianca said if you see a friend who needs help or who's hurt, you're gonna help them up, right? So we're gonna write here, help hurt friends. What else does friendly look? Those are unkind words that we don't say, right? So what kind of words do we say? We know what friendly looks like. What doesn't it look like? What doesn't it look like?
That person go off.
You can't punch people, right?
Yeah.
So no punching,
No spitting.
no spitting, no what else, Eden?
No pushing or kicking or fighting or hitting.
Absolutely. So can we say no hurting?
No.
Do you think that's a good one? No
Cristina demonstrated a T-chart that looks like and doesn't look like. You can also do a T-chart that sounds like and doesn't sound like. If you really want to get creative, do a Y chart. What would it look like? What would it sound like? And how would it feel? And then a second one. What wouldn't it look like? What wouldn't it sound like? And how wouldn't it feel? All of these are great alternatives for pulling it apart. Cristina makes an excellent point. You can't just do this once. You got to repeat and repeat and repeat.
Okay, and we're gonna do this for all of the words that we said we wanted to be in here. Because this is what, did I give you these words?
Yep.
Well, I wrote them down. But did I tell you to say them?
Wow.
Who came up with these words?
Ah.
You guys did. So you guys, this is what you guys want to be in here. Me and Miss Corral are helping you be that. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all these words and we're going to talk about what it looks like, what it doesn't look like, and during the day, I want you guys to be thinking about this.
We use those same pictures that we did the T-chart. We use the ones that we want to be on the agreement. So that way when I point to the agreement and when I go back to talking about, you know, is this part of our agreement? What do we say we want it to be? I can point to the pictures and it's kind of like it kind of helps them remember. It triggers that memory of, oh, that's right, I'm supposed to share and take turns. Oh, that's right, I'm supposed to be sitting down crisscross quietly on the carpet. So it's kind of like a good base for them.
Applesauce. You have to say sorry when you like pushed up on the floor. Egg, art, hug, B-E-2-2.
Today, I want you guys to be thinking about this. And when you see one of these things happening, encourage each other and give each other compliments, right? And then at the end, one second, at the end of the day, we'll talk about it again. Deal? So at the end of today, we'll talk about friendliness. How were you friendly today? Deal? Deal?
Deal.
Beautiful.
Although Cristina gave us a roadmap, I hope you create your own path to creating a connected classroom. Until next time, create a great day.